Greetings YouTube. Today I'm going to talk about my newest acquisition. This is the Cold Steel Trench Hawk. Though frankly I think it's a little large to be considered a trench type tool. Because they are referring to trench warfare in essence. Now, it is 19 inches long, it weighs 24 ounces. It comes with this 3-part articulated sheath, and I was very impressed with the sheath. In the pictures I saw online, the sheath looked a little cumbersome. Let me show you. Buckle it. There you have it. You'll notice some slight oil on the blade. It came in the package, coated, and the inside of that has got some at the moment. I have not been able to get it out. There we have a shot of the head itself. The blade is not what I would call shaving sharp, but it is very good for your average axe tool. I would have no problem using this against any kind of wood I would encounter. This side is a nice point. This is completely flat. There is no edge at all on that. I don't know if you can see that flat or not, but this is all about concentrating energy on that point. Because one of the things that this is being advertised as is a breaching tool. And as a breaching tool, I think it would be an excellent design. It's very easy to use this in a two-handed grip like this. If you're going to use it in a one-handed use, you're really going to have to choke up to here to be able to swing it effectively. And it's got these finger, so you could do this if you needed to do making tent stakes or just doing some very tight in chopping, something like that, so you have a lot of control. But if you wanted to use this to swing, say to get through drywall very quickly, this would be excellent. This would take short work of 2x4s and things like that, but this would go through drywall or even cement board without any difficulty whatsoever. I was really quite impressed with the overall construction. It's solidly built. This comes down, the blade actually comes down to here. It's held in place with 2 bolts, so if you so chose for cleaning purposes, you could take these off, slide out the blade, clean it, dry it, and then reassemble it if you wanted to. There is a lanyard hold here. It's for hanging purposes. It's probably how I'm going to store it eventually. Because it is a somewhat awkward shape. It's a little bit bigger than your average tomahawk, so it's not going to fit into a lot of spaces that tomahawk would. Now, I can't really see this as something I'd want to carry unless I knew I was headed someplace that I was going to need this kind of a tool. Of course, if it's a weapon, you have the advantage of being able to swing it both forward and backwards. You're making backhand swings with the spike if you so chose. And if you really needed to, you could use this as tamping if you need to tap something or hammer something to some extent, because you're not going to be able to get a whole lot of energy that way. You could also use the flat. I would recommend using the nut side so as not to screw up your the bolt head in case you ever want to actually take it apart again. But you could use this for putting in tent stakes without any difficulty whatsoever. So I think it's a very interesting tool, and I got this from a place called Poor Fish Outdoors, and that's a site that primarily deals in fishing gear, but they have obviously some items that are not fishing related. And the price was very reasonable, $5 shipping, and if you purchase more than $50, free shipping. So I was very impressed by this, and this shipped to me I think Tuesday or Wednesday, and I got it Saturday. I mean, I got it Friday rather, today's Saturday. So I was very impressed by that. So put the sheath back on. Put the sheath in here. Fold it that way. Swing it that way. Bring the snap back in. And you're secure. So I'm really quite happy that I own this. I think it's very cool, and I'm glad it's part of my collection.